And let me tell y'all, welcome to the block party. Okay, because you already know, Hugh House, we've been doing this, all right? So look, I am so excited for y'all for tonight. Listen, you're definitely in for a treat. We have some amazing community leaders that have pulled up to the block. It is the official block party, okay? So listen, I'm gonna hand it over to two men who I absolutely look up to, who I absolutely admire, and I am so excited to introduce them, okay? So the first one is Blues, all right? So if y'all don't know Blues, what are you doing, all right? Aside from the fact that he is just all things hands to the plow here in the city of Charlotte, he is using his gifts, talents, and abilities, pulling up at the Blumenthal Arts, and he is gonna do amazing work. So proud of him. I love me some Blues. And the second man I wanna absolutely introduce to y'all is Wilmo. Hey. Wilmo, y'all already know, same, okay? He's the one who always serves, pulls up here in the city of Charlotte, and I am so honored to honestly know them, be in the same city as them, because they're truly community leaders, servants of that kind. Okay, so look, fellas, I'm tossing it over to y'all. I heard we at the block party. Where y'all at?
Right here.
Hey.
Doing what we do.
What's up, Blues? What up, Wilmo?
Super lit. We super lit.
Work. So we were trying to figure out like how we were gonna like match this Ohavia energy, and we're like, well, that's impossible. Unless you do the joint where you walk out your front door and you be like, pow!
Yes, it's the high kick. It's the high kick, B. Yes, that's what it is.
I can't do the...
Wait a minute, hold on.
You gotta do the milli. What?
I don't know how to milli rock like you do, though.
We need to stop and pay homage to Blue. Did y'all see that high kick? You see how that leg actually went?
But Ohavia does it in heels. She be like, pow!
Twice! Whoa! Yo! Sign this man up for the combine.
No, I've already pulled something in my back. So yeah, me and Wilmo are gonna hold you down while Ohavia B goes to be amazing and great. I think we gotta pass it off to the Hugh House folks though, Will.
Yes, let's send it out to our homies at the Hugh House. Let's get it.
What up, everybody? Let's see. My name is David Daly Arrington. I am a co-founder of Hugh House, and history-wise, producer, recording artist, creative entrepreneur here in the city. Good to see everybody on the block tonight. Pass it over to my partners.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the block, okay? We're going to have a wonderful evening. My name, for the second time, is Davida Galloway, okay? If you know, you have to pronounce it Davida, right? Okay, right. I'm a founding member of Hugh House, also co-owner of Dub and Spot, which we are currently. A host, costumer, speaker. I do a few different things around the city, but most importantly, I'm so happy that you are here and have joined us this evening. We're gonna turn up because it is a block party, okay? Okay?
Yeah!
Okay. All right. Now, Dave, it's your turn.
How's everybody doing, man? My name is David Butler. Some folks know me as Dave Has Wings, creative consultant working here in Charlotte, founding member of Hugh House. Thank you guys for coming out and kicking it with us at the block party as we talk about some important things during some important times. If you're not familiar with Hugh House, we're a Charlotte-based creative agency working to build exposure for Black creatives and Black artists. So thank you guys for being here. The Block is our platform where we bring everybody together. We also have a digital publication that's also called The Block. You can go to itstheblock.com and check out those stories from around Charlotte, the region, the country, and the world, highlighting Black creatives of color doing things around the world. So thank you guys for pulling up. Welcome to the block, and let's have a good time.
Word. Man, Wilma, how you feeling, brother?
I'm good, Blues. How you?
Man, I am fantastic, perfect, and amazing all at the same time.
I like it. Love to hear that, baby.
Hey,
a healthy Blues is healthy for the city of Charlotte.
Hey, man, a healthy Wilmore is very healthy for the city of Charlotte, literally healthy for the city of Charlotte. Man.
Wait a minute. I would be remiss if I did not bring up publicly. If you don't know, I'm sure everybody on Hugh House knows, but however, the greater city of Charlotte, the homie Blues, was named the director of all things cool for the Blumenthal Performing Arts.
Appreciate it.
Listen, in the flesh, we got an influencer here, y'all, a tastemaker. This ain't just anybody. This is the Blues.
You gonna make me run around and dump and squat? Don't do it.
Congratulations, fam, for real.
Appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Like,
we need dope people in dope places, man, and we got us one. Thank you so much.
I appreciate that, man. I'm gonna just try to do my city and my folk proud. That's all I'm gonna try to do.
I like it.
Listen, so a part of that, man, is being engaged with folks, but getting to know some really cool people. And we about to get into these performances.
Ooh.
Listen, we got my man Harvey Cummings. You already know what's going on with Harvey Cummings Jr. He is a man plays damn near every instrument ever invented. He's a producer, songwriter, and he's gonna be jamming tonight with this young man that I met. And then I had to get real personal. I was like, man, how you want me to bring you up? He said, Floyd. I was like, that's good, because I was finna call you by your government name. Listen, he is an amazing singer, an amazing host, and just a really, 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 really good dude. Like, his energy and vibe changes a whole situation. And his hair is impressive as all fire this evening. Let me mind my P's and Q's. So he gonna come up here and do what he do. Hugh House, The Block, I want y'all all to start putting your hands together. Whatever kind of emojis that you can put inside this screen and in the chat, put it together for the big homie Floyd.
Hope y'all don't mind if I sit down. Sit down. You know, we at the beginning of the party where I showed up early. So we're gonna start real nice and easy with it. Okay? I hope y'all like it. It's time to break the spell on you. Every curse we now reverse, storylines with a hold on you. Every time just in disguise, I despise a distorted truth. Follow your lead and you'll see that the treasure's inside of you. Nothing can keep you down. Done playing like the neck bones in your greens. Shea butter on your knees. Brown sugar in your grits. I mean, whatever you fuck with, you're like a day at the beach. A vibe no one can teach. Your essence is the presence of the very thing you seek. You are the flavor. You give this life its flavor. Yeah, you are the flavor. You are the flavor. Well, I guess I know I started something. We're just gonna get into the next song because it's called Flavor. Y'all see what I did there? You see what I did there? That's what I did. We did. Glory. Hey, tell me, say we don't. Skimp on flavor. We don't. Yeah. Don't skimp on flavor. Let me start with the truth. Off the vine, from the root. You the shit, yeah, I know. You and me ain't met before. Trying to remind you of the Taisha. Get you to come. You a bad one, that in time to frame in the picture. I'm whirling around trying to swallow you. Know it gets hard, but I'm telling you. Don't be afraid, it's all a game. Hey, so come through. Bust out that box, straining you. Serve up this heat, long overdue. Power within, you're gonna win. Tell them we don't, say we don't. No, we don't skimp on no flavor, no. Skip on flavor. No, we don't skip on no flavor. Hey, no, we don't skimp on flavor. Fuck it up, soak it up, take your time, ain't no rush. Everything you truly want in your hands, already yours. Don't let your ego and the noises make you reconsider. Living out loud, holy and proud, don't matter who not with you. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Hearing beyond the words out my mouth. Don't be afraid, everything's changed. Time to show out. Season that seasoning for a while. Stepped out the fire with a smile. Don't have to try, do you know why? Cause we don't, hey, yeah. No, we don't skimp on the flavor, no. No, we don't skimp on, yeah, yeah. No, we don't skimp on flavor. Say, don't you know who you are? Trust these words, you're a star. Every time you crack a smile, you can light the world wide. Everywhere you go, just the world already. Things may try to dim your light, but you can't hide, you shine so bright. Say we don't give a favor, no. What do you mean it is spicy enough? Yeah. What do you mean it all you need? Hey yo, follow me. What do you mean it ain't hard enough? What do you mean it ain't spicy? What do you mean it ain't hard enough? What do you mean it ain't spicy? What do you mean it ain't hard enough? What do you mean it ain't spicy? What do you mean it ain't hard enough? What do you mean it ain't spicy? What do you mean it ain't hard enough? What do you mean it ain't spicy? What do you mean it ain't enough for you? Hey, yeah. What do you mean it ain't everything that you need? Yeah. One more time, say we don't. No, we don't skip on no flavor. No, we don't skip on no flavor. No, we don't skip on flavor. No. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you to my singers, the wonderful men here. Thank you guys so much for having me. Don't skip on no flavor.
Wait a minute, we got to talk to you, Floyd. That was amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, did you see that? Came in here sounding like a velour suit, just smooth. You hear that? Like, ooh, just clam chowder in his voice.
Come on now.
Well, hey, first of all, let's get to the business. Where can we stream that?
Here's the thing. My music is actually not out yet. I'm in the process. I am working on the project. It's called You Must Be Seen. And I hope to have it done before the end of the year. I've been working with some amazing people. Actually, another artist who's performing tonight produced one of my tracks. So I'm just really grateful.
Nice. I tell you what, you got to get some of those made on record because you got that old sound. That soul. I want to hear that on a record player. I don't want to just stream that.
Listen.
But, hey, tell me about yourself. Tell me about your music. Where you from? How did you develop your sound?
Yeah, what's interesting is that I'm actually a very new artist. This is actually my second time performing, period.
Man, you lying.
Man,
you lying. Come on,
very
dog.
serious.
What you been doing? Where you been?
Well, that's the thing. So my full-time job, I work for So Far Sounds. I stepped in as the city director a year ago. But recently, praise God, I was promoted to the head of diversity and inclusion for So Far.
Uh-oh.
Only do it. But
get us in there.
But honestly, it was on a trip where I've just been kind of discovering and finding myself, and lyrics started to come to me on my own personal healing, my own journey. And
wait. You just started writing music too?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. So hold on. So what we just saw, what we just witnessed, what we just heard right here, ain't skip on no flavor. All that was developed just since last year.
Yeah, I wrote my first song in December.
Man, that's crazy. Boy, you a prodigy. What we talking about? Man, you better get that music on Tidal, Apple. What you blocking your own blessings.
I appreciate it, sir.
But yeah, man, Floyd, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for the wonderful performance. We are about to kick it off to the Homie Blues.
What's happening, y'all? Got to step underneath there. Whoo! Listen. Wilma, I'm stuck in the sound, bro. I feel like we gon' stop the flavor. I don't even know the words. I was like, and they was like, that's why you're not in the group. That's why you're not in the group, because you try to go solo. So listen, we are going to continue on with this amazingness. We have so much talent in the building. I bet y'all wish y'all was here at Dump and Swat. So if you ever want to just come visit, you can see all this and come see it for yourself. So shouts out to Dump and Swat, we go Davida and Dion right here. Harvey Cummins has just stepped into the keys, and behind me, she's ready to go. She is an amazing singer, vocal director. If you need a vocal coach, make sure you get your budget up, because she's well worth the time and the money. I know her so well. She's a great friend, but she's also just this amazing talent, and I just love to watch her work and watch her do her thing. So y'all, I'm about to go back in this corner and fan out. Meanwhile, while you in your crib, you can go ahead and stand up right now and get yourself ready for what's about to go down, because I'll bring to you, to the stage right now, Miss Jessica Macks.
How y'all doing? Y'all doing good? My name is J Macks. It's sure. Yeah, we stay covered, don't we? Listen, what I'm gonna do, y'all all know this. Just gonna do a little mix. Cause I've been singing for 24 hours straight. So let's do this. Ready? I would like to get to know if I could be. Let me see y'all snap. The kind of girl that you could be down for. Cause when I look at you, I feel something tells me that you're the kind of gal that I should make a move on. And if I don't let you know, then I won't be for real. I could have been wrong, but I feel like something could be going on. The more I see, there ain't no other for me. It's only you. I wanna be down with what you're doing. I wanna be down. I wanna be down with you, no matter the time, a day, a night. It's true. I wanna be down. See, little Kim said it like this. Ha, hey yo, shorty, won't you go get a bag of the lethal? I'll be undressed in the bra or see. Why you count your dues thinking I'ma cheat you? The only one thing I wanna do, keep your stones since I got my own big ass. And I'll be doing things that you won't regret. J Macks, Queen Bee, so you best check heed. Shall I proceed? I'm a bullshit. I can't get paid. Throw up to your girl like I'm a grenade. You can slide on your ice like your escapade. And then she get you yaya with the marmalade. Who me? Nah, you. Oh yes, Susie. I even dig your man style, but I love your profile. Whisper in the ear, get you all shook up. You know, y'all know the chorus, right? Here we go. I wanna be down with what you're going through. I wanna be down. I wanna be down with you at the time, a day, a night. It's true. I wanna be down. How she did it? Down, down. Thank you. That's my time. I just gotta give you a little bit. That's all I got for you. If you want to see more, I do shows. Next one.
Good Lord. Ladies and gentlemen, her name is Jessica. She's been singing for 24 hours straight, but you can't tell because she's just a consummate professional. Had me over here. I'm a big grown black ass man. I had the brandy hands. Come on, dog. Jessica, come. Well, you
on,
gotta
Brent.
talk to me.
Listen, I can talk.
How long have you been singing?
Since I was 20.
Since you were, ain't no lie. Come on, dog.
I'm not.
You were born with this. Come on.
I was, but I didn't use it
Why not?
because I was an instrumentalist.
What you play?
Marched in a band.
Oh, for real?
We got some band members out there. You know, I went to the great school of Johnson C. Smith University.
Well, you know, college ain't
Marched
for
in the
everybody.
direction of Duncan Seagray. I was a music major. My major was music business.
So you are just an all-around beast, huh?
Well, you know, I didn't know I was a beast. That was a gradual discovery.
So do you write and do you produce your own music?
I can.
Fantastic cover, by the way. But yeah, look, where can, if people wanted to go check your music out, how can they find you?
When I start? Yeah.
When you start?
Y'all can follow me on IG under JSmacks1. That's JSMACKS and then the number 1. Technically, it's just my name, but my friends, they love to run things together, and I became Smacks. So JSmacks1 is the Instagram name. That's also the Twitter. You can
JSmacks.
find me on that. But my real name,
Beautiful
my government
voice.
name, Jessica Macks.
Jessica Macks.
That's on Facebook.
That's a bar in itself. Your name is a bar.
Look,
Jessica's. Ooh,
You see,
you got a battle rap career ahead of you. You don't even know about.
listen.
We didn't go start that. Hey, you are phenomenal, J Smacks.
Thank you.
Again,
Thank you.
it made my heart fly.
That's what made your heart do. But see, you know, that's kind of like my style because, you know, I like to lay back. I'm not a holler unless I'm talking. But I need you to listen. Say, then I give you all you need. You know, you feel good now, don't you?
Yeah, she just sneaked at somebody, I don't know who, but somebody just called some bars. So she ain't got to holler.
That's called, I don't have to holler. It's called Little Hot Gumbo. That's what it's called. Little Hot Gumbo. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. But you satisfied all at the end.
I
Right?
sure am satisfied. Now, Liz, I'm going to tell you something. You and Floyd need to get together and find a distributor because we need this music ASAP. Y'all playing out here.
That song was my song, that flavor. I know all the words, just let you know.
So
I'm privy. That's okay.
we appreciate you, J Smacks.
Thank you. Thank
That
you
was
for having me.
an amazing
House,
rendition
The block.
of
Hot.
the Versus champion, Brandy.
Thank you.
I Want to Be Down, her first single. So right now, we're going to give it right back to blues.
What's happening? What's happening? Y'all, listen, this musical, Wilma, I don't know, bro. I feel like we should start a singing group.
I'm super down.
Okay.
I'm super down.
I don't know how successful we'll
I'm
be,
super down.
but I feel like if we just started and see
Wait
what
a minute.
happens.
What you talking about, blues?
I feel like we could do some old school R&B.
Come on, blues. What you talking about now?
And, you know, mix it with some new wave sort of dance moves.
Blues, this right up my alley.
And then, you know, we take it on tour just in the neighborhoods, though, like in the neighborhoods.
Coming to Boulevard home soon.
That's what I'm talking about. Wilmore Blues.
Wilmore and Blues, catch us in the University Park neighborhood.
It sounds like it's a fish fry attached to this show. Listen, we're going to keep it moving because we got some hip-hop energy about to hit this stage. When I tell you hit this stage, this young man is a producer, another songwriter. He's got projects called FIT Fit, Alive Sessions, and his new joint that he's been working on, The Formula, is a visual, auditory journey into emotional passion, musical flavor. So all of those things are encompassed in one man, and he's about to hit this stage right now. I'm so proud to give y'all this, Charlotte's own Young Citizen. Y'all put it up for Young Citizen real quick.
Mic check. Yeah, let's get it. What's up? I go by the name of Young Citizen. YUNG to be exact.
I wish.
Some of y'all may not. Some of y'all may know this called I Wish.
I wish.
Yo, the block is giving.
Spring is giving a festival.
I wish.
I wish.
The block is giving.
Spring is giving a festival.
Yeah.
I wish.
Yeah, the block is giving.
Spring is giving a festival.
Wish.
I wish.
The block is giving.
Spring is giving a festival.
1, 2, 3.
I wish.
Yo, wish I had a mansion. Yeah. Wish I was dressed in something.
I wish.
Yeah. Wish I on a pot of cigar with the rainbow. Got the top.
I wish.
Yeah. Clancy. Wish you not had no. Maybe then I can't flex. Go and hit a run on my chest. Wish I had no understand most beat on my chest. Hey, wishing for my people. Hey, wish you had more better leaders. Have enough to make our own land. Name our own beat, so we bring our own sand. The way we live is so bland.
I wish.
Tiptoe around through high lows. Feel like James Brown, let me go and hit a dance. Let me talk. At the end of the day, we know who's at the fault. We got our hands up, ready for a box. Undisputed got their own lie. We champions. Go ahead, call the ambulance. So we said our own ambience. LTTG trained to go. Let's talk. No rambling. Wishing I had something foreign. Knowing that I can afford it. Knowing that I can afford it. It's real. It's real love. Yeah, it's all love. It's all love. Hey, wishing I had something. Wishing I had something foreign. Knowing that I can afford it. Knowing that I can afford it. It's real love. It's real love. But I just ignore it. It's all love. It's all love. With your hair, red bottoms on my feet. Hey, everything falls on me. Then I start clicking my heels to the ride. It is me. Everyone to follow my speed. Let's close those more. Hey, Carolina Rose on. Wishing I could fly to the. That will be more free. Let's go. Something in my mind hit the dough. Put on my fresh fit. So Sir Charles, let's go. I'm about to go and get lit. Let me talk. At the end of the day, we know who's at the fault. We got our hands up, ready for a box. Undisputed got their own lot. We champions, yeah. Wishing I had something foreign. Wishing I had something foreign. Knowing that I can afford it. Knowing that I can afford it. It's real love. It's real love. It's all love. It's all love. I just ignore it. Wishing I had something foreign. Wishing I had something foreign. Knowing that I can afford it. Knowing that I can afford it. It's real love. It's real love. But I just ignore it. It's all love. It's all love. Let's go. The block is giving them. Hey, 1, 2, 3. Turn up. The block is giving them. Yeah, yeah. The block is giving them. Yeah, the block is giving them. Thank y'all so much. I go by the name of. There you go.
Wait a minute, young citizen. We got to chop
sir.
it up now.
What's up, man?
Where you from, fam?
Born and raised in the Queen City.
Man, come on, dog. It ain't two of us.
Yes.
What you doing here? You supposed to be in the left.
Nah, man.
Ain't no more natives.
We sticking with the Queen City, bro.
Word.
That's one, you know what I mean?
What side of town you from?
I'm from the south side. I live on the north side.
Okay, there it is. I'm a West Boulevard vet myself.
Okay,
born
West,
and raised.
West,
How long you been doing music?
Man, I've been doing music for like 15 plus years, man. Went to school for it, just like Smacks. I majored in music business too in college. Got a music degree and stuff like that.
You went to Smith as well?
No, I went to Catawba College in Salisbury.
Word.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Shout out Catawba. All right.
Yes,
there
sir.
it is. All right.
Yeah.
So, again, we got to get to the business. Where can we find Young Citizens
Y'all
music?
can find me anywhere. Young Citizen, YUNG to be exact. I got the Formula 1 and 2 out right now. Special announcement. I got a show at the Neighborhood Theater November 12th. It's going to be a virtual. It's going to be free. Everybody can tap in. We're going to give y'all a dope show. I got the whole band with me too, man. So November 12th, Neighborhood Theater. It's going to be on social media, virtual. Let's get it.
Summarize your style for me. What you talking about?
Man, I just keep it real, man. You know, I've been hearing a lot of people talking about like, yo, make sure you rap what you live. You know what I mean? So when I rap about life, mental, all that stuff, like I rap what I live. You know what I mean?
I appreciate you, Young Citizen.
Yeah.
That was an amazing performance. All
I
right.
appreciate it. Thank you, man. Shout out to Blues.
Young Citizen, ladies and gentlemen.
Real quick.
YUNG.
Real quick. Young, who you with? Who'd you bring with you? All right. So y'all can't see it because she off screen. But let me tell you about relationships. While he was up here spitting his bars, she was verbatim spitting the bars with him. If your lady or your man ain't down with you like that, y'all need to break up today.
Fact.
That's support.
That's a fact.
She
You
was
better
like
support
this.
them dreams.
She hit the bar, hit all the ad-libs and everything. Listen, Wilmore, if my lady ain't spitting the same stuff I'm spitting while I'm on stage, I don't feel the support system.
If your partner is not your biggest fan, do they really need to be your partner?
Right, exactly. So that's just some love, tears, some blues, and Wilmore. All right. So we about to get into this trivia situation, bro.
Let's get it.
All right. So we got some questions. We're gonna pick from our studio audience.
Whoa.
Word. So
whoa.
We're gonna go ahead and this brother right here.
Come
Come on up.
Let's go.
Come on up. Come on up. Come on.
You've been drafted.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, one more. And one of the background singers, Brother in the Green. Let's go. All right.
Come on over here. Come on, y'all step right here in the middle. We about to play this good game show.
Yes, yes, sir. So we have our Hugh House trivia game that's about to go down. So we're going to ask you a series of questions, and whoever gets them right will win $20.
Straight to your Cash App, no gimmicks.
All right, Wilmore, you got question number one. What is the question? All you gotta do is just blurt out the answer or raise your hand. We'll see who it is.
Here we go. The block happens on which Thursday of each month? First one to raise their hand. Oh, Lord, we here right now.
I mean,
we here right now. Which Thursday? You can just do the math. The first Thursday of the month.
That is not
That
right.
is not it. It is the second Thursday. Today is the 8th. There are 7 days in a week. Therefore,
All right. This is question 2. What are the last names of the founding members of Hugh House? If you give us 2 out of 3.
That's a tough one. Good Lord. You got these people over here taking the SATs.
Okay. Okay.
I like it. He said residents and children of God. I tell you what. Okay, you know what? I guess we got to skip that one. For the record, Arrington, Butler, Galloway. So Arrington, Butler, and Galloway. All right, number 3. Name/list the story that posted on the block this week. Y'all don't want this money. Y'all don't know. Hey, y'all don't want this money.
All right. All right. Question number 4. Where was the first installation of the block? Somebody works there.
And attended. Johnson C. Smith University. That was the first one. Yes, it was.
All right. And
in the new Science Center, if I'm not mistaken.
All right. So here we go. Wilmore's going to ask the question. We're going to take the first hand raised.
Last one.
All right. The first
for the money.
Raised.
We're trying to make it rain in somebody's Cash App. Here we go. Name 3 performers from this evening. Who we got?
Well, technically, it's written correctly on my scorecard. There it is.
Tell us your name. What's your name? Emil, the recipient of not 18, not 19, but $20.
$20.
Straight to his Cash App.
$20.
That's it, y'all. $20 too. How you gonna spend your $20, Emil? There it is. He putting it in his tank.
There you go. Straight
20
to the
fill
tank.
it up. There it is, boy. Can't tell me what my God can't do. That 20 put that whole thing in. Hey, you go to here from Georgia.
Woo, woo. How y'all feeling out there in the virtual world? We are here live from Dump and Swat. And listen, we are about to, November, what is it, 3rd? The election is coming up fast, brother.
Yes.
So
the most important day of this terrible year.
Right. So we're gonna start segueing into this election chat. I hope y'all been keeping up with the process. I hope you're registered to vote. I hope that's first and foremost. Make sure you didn't get purged from any registration list. Go out, make sure that you are registered to vote. Make sure that you check all of the North Carolina registration rights that you have, because you know they'll switch some stuff up on you. And
they
next
will.
thing you know, you can't vote. So make sure that you do that. One more, man. How's it been for you this whole election season? I guess.
I tell you what, bro. I'm ready for these text messages to stop.
Oh, bro.
You know, I'm like, bro, I can't even vote in your state. How you get my number?
Yeah, that part, like that whole voting in another state, the big ass cards that come in your mailbox. Like, how'd you get this poster board in my mailbox for a dude who don't even live in my state? So it's been amazing.
I'm so ready for it to be over.
Okay.
However, you know.
Listen, so we're about to bring up one of the first guests who has a platform. She works with Hip Hop Caucus.
Okay.
She's been in the streets and on this grind for years. So
that's the homie too. I know her personally.
The homie. So I love sis, and she be out here doing that work, and she about her business, and she's here
Absolutely.
to talk to y'all about some of this 2020 election stuff. Y'all put your hands together for the one and only Miss Brandy Williams.
Yeah.
Y'all are like super hype, yo.
We trying to match O'Havia's energy. That's all we trying to do.
Yo, y'all might be
Woo.
doing a darn good job. Like,
Look at you, Brandon. When your
straight up.
album drop?
When my album drop,
Yes. You look immaculate. Yeah.
thank you.
Boy, want to light me an incense right now looking at you on Zoom.
Hmm. What's up? How y'all doing?
Hey, Brandy.
Hey y'all. So I want to talk to y'all a little bit. As Blues and Wilmo said, I am Brandy Williams. I'm a national organizer for the Hip Hop Caucus. We are a nonpartisan, nonprofit organization that uses hip hop culture to engage those 18 to 40 in the political process. And so this year, for our Respect My Vote campaign, which I need to point out is the longest running voter engagement campaign that uses hip hop culture. It actually was founded out of that 2004 Vote or Die movement by our president and CEO, Reverend Lennox Yearwood. So this year, because of COVID, we can't do what we've been doing every other year around election time, which is hit the pavement, get people registered to vote, host town halls, and talk to you directly in your communities about why you should be registered and why you should vote. So we're doing it virtually. We actually have a virtual voter registration rally going on tonight. Blues participated in the one on Tuesday that we had for North Carolina. So we're focused our energy in 5 states: Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, Virginia, and Michigan. And so once we get through our voter registration rallies, once our voter registration deadlines are over, we're going to move on to getting out the vote. So really helping get people energized to make sure they get out to vote. We're calling 2020 the year of truth, because this year is the year that the chickens got to come home to roost. So y'all got to get out here and register and vote. And the wonderful thing about North Carolina is that you can register during early voting. So if you have not registered yet, you can still register and vote at the same time during early voting, which starts October 15th and ends October 31st. So I'll tell you that and when we did our virtual registration rally for Georgia, one of the ladies that was on made a comment. She was like, we got to do whatever we can to get people off the block and to the voting ballot, to the voting booth. Lord, I can't get that out. And so one of the things she talked about, if you got to pick them up, go get them a bottle, whatever you got to do. So I was like, yo, I think I want to rent a party bus. So anybody that want to put 5 on this party bus, we getting a party bus. We going to pick people up during early voting, and we're going to make sure we get them to that ballot box. And here's the thing, guys, the thing that I want to make sure that you understand, because my son, who is 19, this is his first year that he'll ever be able to vote. And he told me, I ain't voting. If y'all see my face, y'all know I was not happy. Like, I had to send him all kinds of information to help him understand why it's so important for him to vote. And it's not just about the presidential election. You got to remember that in many states, we have Senate races on the ballot. There are local elections on the ballot. These are the people that directly make policies that impact your day-to-day life. So if you haven't seen it, it's a wonderful video called Booties to the Pole. Booties to the Pole is it was done by several strippers in Booties to the Poles. It was done by several strippers in Atlanta. It's dope. It really breaks down different positions, why you should vote. Like, so go look for that. I mean, there's so many different things out there, guys. We just have to make sure whatever we do, if you're registered, go get somebody else registered and make sure you get to the voting booth. So we got to make sure we do that. And I'm off my soapbox.
Well, we appreciate that, Brandy. Thank you so much for yeah, that Booty to the Pole is amazing. It don't matter who we
Right.
gonna vote for, Shawty. That was funny to me.
Yeah, that's like my favorite part. They gonna do what they want to do, Shawty.
Shawty, this was crazy.
I'm gonna tell you the one that gets me. Oh, it's just the lesser of two evils. Who the hell don't want less evil? Do what
Right.
you gotta do.
Right.
This
right.
guy, cool. That's less evil then. All right, go do what you
But
gotta do.
look, at the end of the day, we still hold the power. If there's somebody in your community that you feel like should be running, put that money behind them and get them in office. The whole goal is representation. You want people that represent you and represent the people that you know. So you got to make sure. So your homeboy that's kicking politics all the time and you think would be a great representative, y'all get together, put your money behind them. Get that person in office. Like, we don't have to settle for who decides to run. We make the decisions. We hold the power. 2020 is the year of truth. Make sure you show up to that voting booth.
Talk that talk, Brandon. Talk that talk.
That's what I'm talking about. Get them hyped up. Like she said, we hold the power, and we gotta remember that every single time. Like, when you walk outside your house and it don't look right, things aren't just, they ain't right. There's not enough resources. Things just don't look right. You have control over what your neighborhood can look like. Wilmore will tell you, you have control over what your neighborhood can look like. If you have the power to vote, you should use it. You should be able to elect the officials who are going to help your neighborhood and where you live and your community look the way you need it to.
And let me just say this too, not to really get on the soapbox, but
get on it, brother. Go ahead and step on up there.
Well, I'll tell you what.
There you go.
Black people, we deserve stuff. We deserve amenities. We deserve resources. I know to those who don't participate in the political system or the voting process, it's because you feel like, well, they don't do stuff for us. Therefore, we don't deserve stuff. No, you do. And it is imperative that you you remain a part of this process so we can be better represented and we can get these resources and amenities that we've lacked for so long. So it is important to vote. It is important to be active. It is important to tell them, hey, I'm voting my interest. My black ass needs these things.
Right on.
If you can't do this for me,
right
I will
on.
find a candidate who does.
Right.
Yo.
But you deserve something.
That's straight up. And I'm going to say this and then I'm going to walk out. One of the things that, that Wilmo pointed out was that we deserve certain things. And so we are hip hop, black people, we are America. And so, there's, even if the conversation that they're having, if they're having conversations you don't understand, make them translate that for you, because this is all about us, right? Like, we deserve everything that everybody else gets. And the reason that they try so hard to keep us from voting is because they know when we show up and we do what we're going to do, then they already know that it's going to change the way that the world works. Ever since Reconstruction, after slavery, when we had all the black folk in power, we elected black folk across the country. They saw that. And from that moment on, they've been trying to suppress our vote. They've been trying to kick us off the voter rolls. They've been trying to make it hard for us to not actually be able to vote. So, the prison, the classroom to prison pipeline, all of the things that they put in place to keep us from hitting that voting booth, that should be the one reason that you vote, because they don't want you there.
Exactly.
Let me a super dope book if you are interested in what Brandy was saying earlier about post-Reconstruction and how we dominated just the political spectrum. We were 8 years in power by Ta-Nehisi Coates. Pick up that book. It will explain so much, and not only the importance of what we need to do right now, but the relevance of history to the legacy we must continue to push forward, because we had some hell of an ancestors, y'all, and we can't let them down. We cannot let them down. They made so many strides to get us where we are. To just be lazy, no, that's not fair to them.
Exactly. So 8 years of power by Ta-Nehisi Coates. Make sure y'all put that in the chat.
We were 8 years in power.
Right. We're so far back from the screen, we can't really see what's happening.
Nothing.
But we know that y'all are there, and we love the engagement. So, Wilma, who we got next, brother? Who we got next?
Yo, one of those people who look like us, who was elected into city council.
Come on.
Serving the 2nd district. Yes. She is later. Her name is Victoria Wallerton, but she's coming up soon. But right now, we have the one and only Miss Veronica Pearson.
Let's go, V.
I tried to save it, Blues.
It's all good. It's all good. It's our first day at work. It's our first day at work.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Look, you almost made me sound like I was wilding out when you was like, let's go, V. I was like, let's go back in, V. Well, just to be quick and precise to the point, just to let Brandy know, I got $250 on your power bus. Hit me up afterwards, okay?
Bless, yes.
Look, hit me up afterwards. I got $250 on that power bus, on the bus. So one of the things that my company, I own a film and television production company, and one of the things we've launched was Rebrand Black a couple of years ago. And the main thing that feeds into us not voting, feeds into us accepting what we accept in the US especially, is the mindset and the branding that they have been feeding us for 400 years. And because Black people have not controlled their brand, we've been under the brand of what somebody else says we are. And we buy into it as well. So one of the things we started doing and fighting, whether y'all see it or not in these boardrooms and on television shows and on film productions, as we want to make sure we show actual stories of who we are. Like when they try to say Black men are deadbeat fathers, and we know on average that's not a lie. When they try to say we're the angry Black woman, that's not a lie. And they feed you disenfranchisement so you don't vote. They feed you marginalization so you don't vote. So if they make you think they hold all the power by showing commercials and showing films where every white dude is in a place of power, you never think what you do or your money even matter. So they hide your change in plain sight. How many of us never think the census meant anything? Not realizing that the census fed into infrastructure and money in your neighborhoods, but it was right in your face the whole time. But they made you think it wasn't important. How many of us thought, oh, voting don't matter because they've already bought the vote? But the reality is they haven't bought the vote, because if they bought it, they wouldn't need to sit there and get you out the way. They wouldn't need to close DMVs. They wouldn't need to move mailboxes. They wouldn't need all the things they set in place to make sure to keep you from voting if they already had it sold up. So the thing you have to realize, we want people to say, okay, we take back our brand and we own the brand we're putting out. And that means we have to know we control what happens. But the problem is Black people are so busy making everything popular and white people make it profitable. So we have to get and say, okay, my vote matters. Let me do the things that they're hiding from me. Let me do more research on. Or if you're so busy, look at Brandy's platform, look at Diamond Swap platform, look at the Hughes platform, so they can try to basically get all the crap that's on the internet out of your face and actually tell you what's going on. So make it your place and not just say, I'm a spectator in this whole thing. And too many of us get a spectator place when we need to be participators in this change. We can't say we want Betty's Ford better if we don't do nothing to get Betty's Ford better. And we can't say we want more money in the Black community if we don't demand more money in the Black community. And you do that with the power you have. If we're short on funds, we say, okay, let me take what we have, which is I'm giving money to the beauty supply industry. I'm giving money to the television industry with my eyeballs. How do I take that back? We think things don't matter, but it matters. And so in order for us to control that brand, meaning everything about us, financially, mentally, spiritually, we have to take account for the power that we didn't know we have, but we do. So that's what Rebrand Black does. We say, okay, this is our actual image, and we show that to the public. This is how we meant to be viewed in television and film, and we show that the actual image. So the thing is, we have to take right now that power in our hands and say, we're going to vote, and not just vote for the president. You have to vote everywhere, because that same judge you didn't vote for, that's determining if Pookie go to jail. Okay, so make it your business to find out who you're voting for. I don't care if you ask your cousin, no politics, who I should vote for, then do that. I don't care if you take a 12-pack of Gatorade to the voting at the polls just to help people out who won't stand in line. Do your part to say, I can change something, and not just say, I don't have no control over my life. And that's what we want to do. Take back your brand. In order to do that, you got to be proactive. That's all I got to say.
Bars. She came up here spitting hot fire.
Hella bars.
In a Sea Island accent. Where you from, Veronica Pearson?
Charleston.
Charleston. I know it. I know it.
Chucktown all day.
Beautiful Gullah accent, just dropping jewels everywhere.
Veronica, can you speak a little bit more to the census process? Because I think a lot of that got lost on a lot of people. Like, they wouldn't answer their doors. Like, this census, they're trying to trap me. But when your president wants to shut down the census before the election, that should be like the red flag that you need. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, the thing is, if you want someone to believe something doesn't matter, make it seem like it's insignificant. And so that's what they've done with the census. That's what they've done with voting. That's what they've done with town meetings. They'll put that little sign in your neighborhood because by law, they have to tell you these meetings are going on. So they'll put a little sign by the side of the road because they did it by law, but you're not paying attention to that sign. And so with the census, when you take the census tells you how many people in that area, how many people in that area make this much money, how many people in that area have this much, this different variations of degrees or whatever. And it says, okay, who can build here? So if Amazon say, oh, well, we got 100,000 people with bachelor's degrees and, making $15 an hour or needing $15 an hour, Amazon is going to build here. If we have this many people, okay, lower economic neighborhood, such and such, this is what the money they have coming in. This is what, we can hire them because they meet our needs. So it lets businesses know what infrastructure to bring to the communities. It lets politicians know what money is needed where. But if you're not counted, it don't seem like nobody needs it. You see what I'm saying? The best thing, I'm gonna tell you what I give white people. White people are not gonna let you do anything to them without them having a say-so. They're gonna go to the zoning meetings. They're gonna go vote. They're gonna go all the way up to Capitol Hill over a damn mask. They're gonna do all of that because we so busy acting like we don't have no control. It's the simple things. They put it in our face, but we don't know to look for it. So when I tell people take the census, because that's counting what you need in your neighborhood. That's counting if you got a bunch of women in that neighborhood with hair salons, okay, then we need to open beauty supply stores. They look at all this. Big businesses look at this. How many people got degrees? How many people we can hire for manufacturing? Right now, we have manufacturing deficits all across North Carolina, and they're hiring at $60,000 a year if you come out of high school and willing to intern for 2 years. Not intern, start out for 2 years. $60,000 is 18-year-old. But how many of us know that? So they're looking at all of that. The census tells them what business to open, what streets to repair, what they need as far as policing, what they need as far as community development and money. But we don't participate on the level we need to. Right now, the president is trying to stop it when the judge just say, no, we're going to extend it to the end of the year, end of the month. But he's trying to stop it October 1st. What was?
Veronica, I want you to talk about some of the, just a historic perspective, because a lot of Black people, your grandma tell you now, don't mess with that census. Because I know back in the days, they could use the census information, like if you had a warrant or to pick you up. They could, but now there's been a law to repeal that, and the census information is protected and cannot be used for other things. Am I correct?
No, see, one of the things they want to tell you, but see, the majority of the census, even when it first started, it wasn't designed so much as for warrants, as much as to say, okay, we know that's a Black neighborhood. See what I'm saying? We know that's a white neighborhood. We don't want to bring that over here. We want to make sure the money goes over here. So the census was designed mainly to keep their funds in their neighborhoods. Like, I don't know if y'all remember a couple years ago when Ballantyne tried to get themselves annexed and say, oh, we're going to be, separate and all this other stuff because we don't want to be counted with them, because they were trying to keep their money in their area. Until basically they said, well, then you're going to pay for your police department. You're going to pay for your fire department. Then they're like, well, hold on, we don't want to do all that. Because they still want to use the money from broke people neighborhoods to fund their crap.
Exactly.
You see? So it wasn't so much as trying to lock up your nephew and all that, because see, you have to put that information down there. But they made that and sold it to you. Then unfortunately, you got a lot of us who regurgitate a lot of BS that they hear. Don't fact check shit. Excuse me. Don't fact check nothing. They don't fact check it. They don't look it up. They look at all these propaganda videos all day long without verifying nothing. And then go back and somebody trusts them. And then they say the same thing to them. Then they say the same thing to this cousin, the same thing to that neighbor, the same thing. Next thing you know, we got Black people not even participating in college. Or not even college, just anything to further their mindset. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. Like, we it's money in the mundane. It's money in baking soda production. We think we gotta be rappers because that's what they've sold you. You see what I'm saying? I know, look, multimillionaires who make baking soda. Baking soda. See? So the census wasn't designed for that. It was more designed to make sure
there's
Blacks
a lot of
stay with
money in
Black.
baking soda.
Right. Baking soda. I got baking soda.
There is a lot of money
And it
in
wasn't
baking soda.
cooking now, it was regular baking soda.
Yeah, I think he was legit talking about, like, I got legit baking soda. I'm making millions.
Yeah.
Something you stick in your...
Look, Arm and Hammer, no competition. Arm and Hammer.
So
It is. That was so informative. My God. Veronica Pearson, she literally just stood here and gave you 3 days worth of information in 20 minutes.
Veronica, where can we find you
amazing.
at? How can we follow you?
Well, my company is Dame Media, DAMMIMEDIA.com. So you'll be able to follow all the project productions we have on plays, all the campaigns we have, and everything else we're doing on that website, DameMedia.com.
It is. We appreciate you,
that.
Veronica.
Appreciate that. Woo! A lot of free game going down.
Bars.
A lot of free game going down. We're gonna keep this thing moving. We would love to see what y'all typing in the chat, so we're gonna try to figure that out so we can get engaged with y'all. Shout out to Davita. She walking back and forth doing all these behind the scenes work. We see you, sis. We're gonna keep this thing moving. The next to take the platform to talk to y'all a little bit is Miss Christine Edwards. So y'all put your hands together for Christine Edwards.
What's happening?
Amplify.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing? I hope everybody's doing good. I'm gonna try to match y'all's energy. I really wish I was in the room so I can match your energy right now. I love that you're doing this. And just let me know if you have any questions. I'm gonna try to run down what I've been doing and what we've been doing just to get out the word about this election. So my name is Christine Edwards, and the name of my platform is Amplify Charlotte. You can find us at Amplify CLT online, and you can follow the hashtag Amplify the Vote. So earlier this year, I, like many Black people living in America, I couldn't stomach working at my employer. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I ended up leaving my day job in August of this year in order to pursue my passion full time, which is to spread awareness and let people know about how they can get their voice heard in the community. I'm a former local government employee, and I'm a self-proclaimed chief civic innovator, okay? And so what I've been doing since the beginning of this election season is just kind of opening up the cover on what the local government, state government, and federal government has been doing in order to impede Black people, people of color, to get to the polls next month. And so that's why we started a campaign called Amplify the Vote. And so Amplify Charlotte, again, is a for-profit consulting firm, and we broke it down into 3 pillars: voice, representation, and change. Voice is all about getting your voice heard, whether it's getting your voice heard in front of a city council meeting, a county commission, whether it's getting your voice heard online. It's all about voice. And then representation is making sure that your representatives look like you, right? And making sure that your leaders are representative of the community that you live in. And then also it's about you becoming a representative, getting on a board yourself, or maybe even running for office someday. So that's representation. And then change is about making change at the neighborhood level. A lot of folks, especially in Charlotte, don't necessarily know the amount of power that they actually have when it comes to working with the city government and the county government and even the surrounding towns. If you are a leader in your neighborhood, or if you're a business owner, you do yield a lot of power when it comes to making change at the neighborhood level. And so that's what we try to do, is just share resources around how to get access to funding and how to get access to those power differentials. And so if you go online and follow the hashtag Amplify the Vote, you'll see, like Ms. Veronica was saying, what we've been doing is sharing these public meetings. Every single week, we post the virtual public meetings that are being hosted by our city and our county government. Again, they're not going to tell you, right? They're going to put it on their website. Maybe they'll put it on their social media pages, but they're not going to do the level of outreach that needs to be done. And so that's why it's on us in order to find that out. And so I've been posting virtual public meetings every single week, probably since about May. Another thing that we've been doing is just interviewing folks and working on, one of the things I've been doing is working on a campaign called Power the Polls. And I think you referenced this earlier about getting those text messages, right? Like, who is sending all these text messages and making these phone calls? The reason that, say what?
Is it you?
Yeah, I'm sorry, it's me. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I am getting paid $20 an hour to do so, 9 hours a week.
The text away. Keep going.
That's why you're getting so many texts, right? And so the reason that they're doing that is they're not knocking on doors because of COVID, right? Even though people are home right now, guess who else is at home? Guess who else is working virtually? Campaign people. And so that's why they're not knocking doors. They're not able to get out in the neighborhoods like they would want to. And so that's why all of the engagement that you're seeing is virtual and digital. And I know it's tiresome. I'm tired of it myself. And so you'll probably see that start to slow down after a while, but please don't lose steam. Keep going, keep talking to people, keep educating people about this upcoming election. Now, I want to give you 3 ways to look at this election. A lot of times we only look at the political process in one way, but there are different aspects of it, right? So number 1 is how to vote. Because of COVID, because of this messed up political climate that we're in, there's a lot of fear around going to vote in person. But there's also fear around using the mail-in system, right? And so that's number 1, how to vote. Think about how you want to vote. You can be like Brandy, you can rally your people together and get a party bus, go to the polls in person. You can totally do that. You can wait in line, but just think about what all that's going to include, right? Maybe you need to get childcare. Maybe you need to pack a lunch, pack your PPE, pack your mask so that you can be ready to stand in line. Or if you choose the other route, if you're really concerned about COVID or you are unable to get to the polls, you definitely want to consider a mail-in ballot. And here's what you need to know about these mail-in ballots. They are safe and they are trustworthy. I do want to ensure you of that, okay? We have a robust mail-in system in Mecklenburg County. Here's what I can say about that. They have gotten like 5 times as many requests as they have in the past, but they are equipped to handle it, okay? And in order to learn more about that, I'm gonna give you a website, mecboe.org. Call these people, ask them how exactly it works, okay? So that's how to vote, in person versus mail. The second way to look at it is learn who is on the ballot, who's there, right? Who are we voting for? So again, as mentioned before, it's not just about the presidential race, it's about the state level races. It's also about those local level races as well. So make sure you go online, again, to mecboe.org. That's the Mecklenburg County Board of Elections, and you can actually download your sample ballot. Okay, and so you can look at the ballot before you even go stand in line to vote, before you even turn it in. And then the third way to look at the election is how can you get involved? And I'm going to make another plug for Power the Polls because you can also get paid to be a poll worker. And I'm not talking about that take your booty to the polls poll worker.
Oh man, I was ready.
Not that kind of poll working.
Okay.
I'm talking about you can actually get paid up to $300 and something depending on.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. You can get paid. I mean, if you work early voting, it's a different level of payment versus election day. And so I want you all to consider those 3 things when you're thinking about voting. There are some awesome organizations. I don't know if they're on the call today, but some of the organizations, the Hip Hop Caucus, Woke Vote, Power the Polls, and then there's another organization called Common Cause, North Carolina, and they have actually been setting up poll monitors, okay? So if you see people in these yellow t-shirts during early voting or, on election day, they are there to help you. They are there to answer your questions. And if you feel intimidated in some way or who knows what's going to happen, they are actually officially there to answer questions like that. So I hope that helps y'all. That's all I have for you tonight.
Yo, I tell you what, Christine, I want to talk to you for a little bit. I want you to localize elections for me.
Okay.
I'll get my
They can't see you, brother. Stand up, man.
I want you to localize elections for me. Like, I know North Carolina is a state-run kind of deal where if anything happens in your city, it has to happen at the state level by the legislative body there. That's for right. It to take effect in your cities. So how do you know which state reps have your best interests in mind?
wow, that's a really good question. Which state reps have your best interest in mind? I would just look at their voting record. You can find that out at the North Carolina General Assembly. So you can look at some of the state reps' voting record, okay? And the other thing to remember is that you're not going to be able to vote for all of the state representatives depending on where you live. You're only going to be able to vote on the ones that represent your district. I hope I'm saying that right. If anybody wants to chime in, let me know, because I hope I'm saying that right. So for example, Governor Cooper, we know what he stands for because he's our governor and we understand the policies that he supports, right? But there are other state representatives, like, for example, a state level senator. They might not be in the district that you're voting for. And that's why I want you to go and download your sample ballot so you can look up the names of these people, and you can go on a website called Ballotpedia. It's like Wikipedia, but it's Ballotpedia. And then you can look at their voting record. So yeah.
Another moment of transparency for me. So can't even lie. When I vote, when I see, especially the judges, I just pretty much look for the blackest sounding name, and and that's where I go for. And however, Daniel Cameron just messed that all up. But how do we
mess it up for all of us?
How do we decide which judges have our best interests at heart?
Okay, that's another good question. I would do a quick Google. Do a quick Google search on some of the decisions that they've been making, and then see how they stand on key issues, like, for example, bail bonds. See how they vote, or see what decisions they make on key issues like criminal justice issues. And it depends on what kind of judge it is, right? Like these district court judges handle things like bail reform, criminal justice reform, child custody cases, and things like that. And so you want to look up their names and see how they stand on these different issues. And again, I'm going to invite y'all in the chat to chime in. I don't have a legal background, but I have a local government background. And so I hope that answers your question. And
I'm so sorry for putting you on the spot, too. My bad.
You're good. No, you're good.
I'm just so curious.
I know you're pretty involved with your neighborhood too, right?
Absolutely. You see my shirt, right?
I see.
Black is Betas Forward. Yes, absolutely, I am involved. Also, what is a comptroller? Somebody just tell me what a comptroller does, because I just know the elevator lady Sherry Berry is not. Sherry Berry, legend.
She's running for re-election, so there's finally an opening for somebody else to be the Commission of Labor, and I think she's actually a Republican, which a lot of folks don't realize.
Yeah, she's a Republican.
Wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I knew those elevators were racist.
But you're absolutely right, because the state a few years ago, I think Veronica, she mentioned that Valentine tried to succeed from the city and create their own town. A few years ago, the state, actually Raleigh, the state seat, actually tried to take the Charlotte airport away from Charlotte and try to create an independent airport authority, because they know that's our money, that's our wallet. You know, the airport is a huge economic driver, you know, for our city. And so that's what they always try to do. So you really do have to pay attention to just the different conversations that are going on between Raleigh and between the Charlotte City Council and the County Commission. It actually makes for pretty good TV. So if you want to check out their city council meetings, they actually stream them on Facebook every other Monday, and then County Commission streams their meetings on Twitter, I believe, every other Tuesday.
Hey, can I chime in real quick? Y'all asked what a comptroller is?
Yes.
Just real quick.
Please.
They deal with basically the financial matters and accounting matters of the state. But a lot of people don't realize that some laws become laws because of what that comptroller said financially makes sense. So if they turn over those numbers to whoever the state representative is, whoever passing the laws, and say, okay, this makes sense if we go this route with these numbers, they actually help them basically get laws in the books if it's financially sound. Why you think all these black hairstylists now paying money? So the barbers, there's money in it.
There you go.
Wow. Yeah. So that answers your question. Comptroller is like a kingpin.
Oh my God.
That's crazy.
The mob.
Listen, we got our call to actions. Shout out to Brandy Williams of Hip Hop Caucus. Make sure you keep up with her and the Hip Hop Caucus. You can find it on Instagram just like that. Shout out to Veronica Pearson, Rebrand Black. She was just with us. And Christine Edwards with Amplify Charlotte, Amplify CLT. Mec
BOE.
MecBOE.com and VoteToSaveAmerica.com. All that. Day will drop all that in the chat. Man, Will, how you feeling, bro? Like,
I'm good.
Will, tell us why you are going to the poll.
I'm gonna tell you what, man. I made a decision in 2016. I said I'm voting my interest. I'm a black man in America. There are a lot of things against me. However, I must take control of my own destiny and do the things that I am responsible for to take care of me. And if I want my life to be conducive in America, so I can, I don't even want to say shine, just so I can go along this road and live in this country without the hindrances that have traditionally happened to not only me, but my father and my grandfather, I must take my destiny into my own hands and control what I can control. So I got to do my part.
Word. And I completely echo and agree with those sentiments. I think we grew up as young black boys in this country and saw all the changes through technology, of course, and we got to witness our first president being black. But that didn't change nothing. You know what I'm saying? And the only thing that really changes is when we get into it and get involved in this political process. So shouts out to everybody who, if it's your first time voting, get out there, encourage all your friends to vote. And for y'all who are professional voters, you already know what it is. Our lives are on the line, literally. Your president is willing to kill everybody in the White House with his sickness. Like, that's what he's willing to do in order to win, because his pride and his ego and his narcissism won't let him do anything else. So that's how important it is to vote.
And fam, understand this. We are one of those very unique purple states. We can be red or we can be blue. However, it all depends on us. So we got to get out. And everybody on this side, I always say, get out and vote. Get out and vote Democrat this ticket. You got to put that part on in case people don't know what the hell to do when they get there. So vote Democrat. We're going Biden all the way down. Right. If you need help, go ahead and get that Black Political Caucus cheat sheet. They'll help you a lot. But we got to vote for our interests. Because old boy, I don't give a damn what he say he's doing for HBCUs. It ain't true. And I went to Winston. So we got to vote our interests. Chew the back of spit.
So we're going to take some questions. If anybody has questions for our panel, we really can't see that from here. Day, I'm pretty sure you got a good eye on it, man. Talk to us.
Yep. If you got any questions, go ahead, drop them in the chat. I mean, we got a nice tight group tonight, so if you just want to unmute and ask, you can do that.
Oh, yeah, word. Holler back at us. The panel's out here. Shout out to the panel being some of the strongest black women in the...
Shout out black women, period.
Through, man.
I had to take my mans down to say that.
Go.
Shout out black women, period.
I just want to say I've been practicing my Kamala faces all day. I just wanted to come on here and say how proud I am of her and just, Black folks in general for just being supportive of her and just, I guess, really coming together. Because whenever she was announced at first, I heard a lot of just really weird things. And I was like, where's the support? We're making history right now. And so I just wanted to chime in and just say I'm really proud. And it feels good to see a Black woman potentially in the White House. And we're going to have a Black woman in the White House.
You better say that, Christine.
Shout out. Yeah. Shout out to that fly, too, yesterday. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
That fly came through right on time. Like,
sitting right up there just chilling. Like,
let
what?
me go ahead and
say it again. Say it again.
Let me go ahead and fuck up his debate real quick and land on his head and just take a moment to not move at all.
Fly literally stayed up there 10 minutes. Through a whole answer.
All right. We saw something pop up. We can't see it from here.
All right, Dave, you got to read these questions or comments.
Yeah, just a comment. Landed right on some boo-boo.
Ah, bars.
That's what it is. So, Will, man, given, and this is sort of political and not, given everything that's happened on the Ford in the past, I say since June, since the tragic shooting in June, has there been any sort of real politics? Has there been any politicians who's like coming through? I'm gonna help change the Ford. Like, has that scenery changed, or is this just another neighborhood that just goes invisible?
Man, we get that charade every election cycle. You know, you come tap dance, show us what you're gonna do, but never come back.
Right.
You know, so again, and Beatties Ford is really near and dear to my heart. I'm a lifelong Charlottean. I'm a West Sider native from West Boulevard, moved to Beatties Ford. And the thing is, I got this shirt that says Black is Beatties Ford. However, I don't know how long that'll hold up. This might be a code switching shirt in 10 years. Because Beatties Ford, the dynamics is changing every year.
Yeah.
Boy, you'll be surprised who walking dogs around LaSalle.
After dark.
Right, what?
After dark. What? So, yeah, and I asked that because my wife worked at Bruns for a number of years. So I've been down that way, going to pick up and visit and working with the kids down there. And then I think about 2 months ago, I drove down that street. And I was like, my God, Seversville has changed.
Bruh, I'm telling you.
Changed.
Seversville, Biddleville, bruh, that church is about to start selling artisanal chicken. Watch, I'm telling you. Any minute.
I think the thing that sparked it for me was when the Bojangles was, you know, when they renovate, they tore the whole Bojangles down and rebuilt it. And I felt like it was like a month. Yeah. Like it was fast. So it was real quick. So the money that starts coming into these areas and starts pushing out these folks who live here, which starts changing how when we talk about census and how, you know, we get to vote and chiming in on those things. Do you feel like there's a stronger need to inform the younger generation who don't know about the history of Seversville and Biddleville and Beatties Ford Road to help keep it, I don't want to say keep it Black, but definitely keep the character that it used to have?
Well, the thing is, I think we need to have value in our spaces before they're validated by white people.
There you go.
So, you know, Beatties Ford has belonged to us since the beginning of Charlotte. However, it took white people moving to Biddleville to like, wait a minute, slow down. We want this. Wait. But it's always been there. It's always that proximity to Uptown. All of the amenities that we've lacked there now beginning to come in because the demographics are shifting. Development follows transportation. If you go on Beatties Ford Road right now, you'll see a portion of it being closed. Why? Because that gold line, that light rail, or whatever it is going to be, is coming right through there.
Right on.
And guess what? And they're building a plaza on the corner of Rosal's Ferry and Beatties Ford, right where Mechanic and Farmers is. Yep, they just got a new Chase Bank is coming to Beatties Ford and LaSalle again. All of this isn't supposed to be for us. However, we are in control. We own, when I say we, Black people own a large percentage of the real estate in Beatties Ford Road. So what we do with it is up to us. Now, you can go and sell your grandma's house for $70,000 and think you came up and you don't realize what you lost. However, make educated decisions based on the value of the future. Not only, just like the census is important, community planning is important. You can go downtown. Look at it. I'm old. I'm talking about go downtown. You can go online on the internet. You can look up the development plans of what's happening in your city. Like you could just go see it. Again, my name is Wilmo. That's a nickname because I'm from Wilmore. That was the front line of gentrification. I saw this in the 90s. The Wilmore that you see now is not the Wilmore that I grew up in. Matter of fact, it's so crazy. Pasta and Provisions is a swanky Italian bistro. It used to be a corner store. You know how much crack was sold at Pasta and Provisions? Like, it's crazy. But anyway, I'm you know, so again, this is near and dear to my heart. I'm all about community. I'm all about Black people owning where they live. because that's the only way we get to make our mark in this city and in this nation. We got to own it.
Own it.
So fellas,
yes.
Real quick, I know we about to wrap up, but I want to have the good Dr. Bethune speak to her last couple comments, if she doesn't mind. I'm muted.
Yes, come on.
I have a quick question. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I had a quick question. Hi, I'm Natalie. I was just asking, we were talking about, Christine was talking about power to the polls. I've been a poll watcher. I was a poll watcher for Obama for two years, so 2 cycles that he did. I've always been involved in politics, but do we have you heard a plan about what people are going to be doing to combat the antagonizers who are at the polls? I haven't heard anything about that, and I fear that people are really going to be coming after Black people, trying to antagonize, and what's going to happen, in my estimation, is that the police will be called, and then, we'll be arrested. So that's one of my major concerns. I have not heard any organized, thought about, did you put your headphones in? Should you be, just sort of ignoring it? Is there a unified plan on some level? Is DJ Nice going to do a playlist so people can keep their stuff together? What is going to happen so that people don't get antagonized and arrested potentially?
My personal plan is fighting.
Can I speak a little bit to what she said? One of the things we were talking about, because we were kind of talking about that same thing, is what happens if somebody run up on you while you're going to vote and everything. But a lot of people don't realize that same line that says they can't basically campaign pass, that's a federal line. So if they do get that bold to start anything and the cops have to come out there, that's a whole different charge than white boys will catch. So a lot of them, they stupid, but they ain't that stupid. I was that's a lot of them. So what I tell people, I say, you go out there, you prepared. If you can't early vote, I'm an early voter. If you can't early vote, so that gets rid of a lot of just any angst that you may have for it. But we was telling people, stay focused, go in there and vote. They're not going to cross that line, but I also think it's going to be more security, more police officers out during that time as well. I really do, because they're getting the same calls that's been coming in about voter intimidation and different things like that. So when you go to a lot of city meetings, they're already talking about, okay, the cops can't take a day off that day, just in case they have to call and things like that. Because I have to say, we're not going to be doing all that at no poll. I'm going to kick the shit out of you. We call it a day. And I'm going to go ahead and vote and come back. And so, and I stay ready. So it's you have to be in a mindset, just in case, but don't let it, I tell people, don't let it intimidate you where you don't want the hassle of voting. So we've had talks about that, but the police officers are making, a lot of people don't realize, they're telling them they can't take off that day, just in case they have to break up or anything have to. But once they cross that line, that's federal charges. Yeah, that's why they can't campaign pass it.
And let me, just to add to that, I know my favorite verse in the Bible is, runneth up, get doneth up. So come around here with that if you want to.
Look, I told somebody, when he said stand back and stand by, I said, well, that translated for me was get up, and I was like, step up and get laid down. I just want to make sure. Is that what it meant?
Facts.
Yeah. Which that's a very, very great question. What are we expected to do in those situations? And I mean, me personally, as a father of an 19-year-old 19-year-old who's voting for the first time, I know exactly what I'll do. I'm not going to say it, but y'all understand exactly what my sentiment is. And I hope, and this is a charge for the Black men out there, because we're often indicted with not protecting our Black women. So here's your chance. If you know Black women who need just that sense of peace, and not to say that women need that, but just I'm old school. I'm gonna say it. Sometimes you got to be a man and escort people to where they need to be. That's your duty as a man. And I would hope that you would do that, especially for the younger generation who are often just wild out anyway. I don't need nobody. I'm going to vote. I wish I would. And then so we often sometimes need that for guidance to calm them down. But also, if things have to turn up, that's where we need to be. So that's my charge for the Black men out there. If you know anybody who needs escorting, who feels unsafe at the polls, go with them. I'm wishing you all the best, but just know that we got y'all. In whichever way, however way you need to take that, we got y'all. I know for me, I'm willing to go to jail.
Yeah, that's facts, man. I got that same. I don't know if you remember Kings of Comedy, but I got that wish a mug would kind of energy. You go,
Yeah,
hey,
exactly.
that wish factor. Come on.
So
come on.
Do we have any more comments or questions?
And also, segue, you can vote if you're a felon in North Carolina.
Right.
So you can vote if you're a
Right.
felon in North
On.
Carolina. So yeah, another incident.
Oh, his mic came out. Is the devil trying to stop him speaking the truth? How we doing, Dave?
You guys are doing well. Again, unless the good doctor want to unmute, we can wrap things up.
Come on, good doctor.
Dave, I'll just put a voice behind what I put in the comment box here. I am brought into this community by way of the design queen of Queen City, Miss Quintel S. Noel Gwen. I'm gonna put whole government out there because she's not on here. But no, from the West Coast. I'm just here to remind everybody, like, vote with an attitude, vote late in the day, vote early, vote by mail, vote in person. Just make sure you vote. Voting is going to happen regardless. Whenever you're dealing with an institution, a societal level institution, your position is always engaged. So whether you're choosing to vote intentionally, that is engagement. If you're choosing to vote for someone, you're engaged. If you're choosing to vote against someone, you're engaged. Your non-vote is a vote and you're still engaged. Your disengagement is engagement within a civic society. So what we're trying to do here, we can all agree that we got a bad attitude about our prospects, all the way from president, sometimes to local politics. But there's such thing as voting for and against ourselves. And you can look at the prospects in front of you and make decisions at every single level about who is more against us than other alternatives. And so I really just highly encourage everybody from all angles of a political spectrum, whether you're the most revolutionary person, engagement and civic responsibility is almost antithetical to revolutionary, okay? And so it's okay to be just to chill a little bit and relent to the reality of the fact that we really have a major objective. We've got to get Trump out of office. There is one candidate over another at the presidential level who is most likely or who can be most effectively pressured. I really encourage that as a litmus test and a framework at all levels. If you're looking at your local candidates, is there one person who can most effectively be pressured? Derek Bell tells us that politics typically move where there's interest convergence. Is there a candidate whose interests, at least some interests, align the most with what we're trying to do politically and collectively? If so, that is somebody who can be effectively pressured at the end of the day to do the right thing. And so I can punctuate. That's all I got, y'all. V's up. Let's get this work done so we can get back to putting some heat and some pressure on the people to do the right thing.
Facts.
Dr. Bethune, you always have great punctuation at the end of these joints. Just a stamp on it.
Bars.
Stamp on it. So I think we about ready to wrap up. Wilmore, where can the people find you at, brother? Like, how do we stay up on you and your activity?
I'll be at my grandma's house sometime.
Okay. All right. Pull up.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, man, a vibe called Fresh CLT on Instagram and Facebook. Also, that was supposed to be an event this year, of course, it's dumbass pandemic. But however, check for us next year. So that is at a vibe called Fresh, like Tribe Called Quest, CLT at Instagram, on Instagram.
Word.
What about you, Blues? Where can we find you?
You can follow me on IG, BLUZ, Blues. November 6th through the 8th, we're going to be down here for We Are Hip Hop Charlotte right at Camp North End, so come through.
Nice.
Then, November 12th, we're back on the block.
Back on the block.
The
second Thursday of each month.
Exactly.
The second Thursday.